there! I'm Stephanie Enriquez Viva, your teacher for today. How are you? I hope that we're all doing fine. Today will be a great day because I will be sharing to you a new lesson. Are you all excited? Well then, let's begin. Our topic for today is all about technology tools for 21st century teaching. In education and indeed in most other areas in modern society, three of the most widely used software support tools are word processing, spreadsheets, and presentation programs. For many professionals in education and in other areas, these tools have become an indispensable part of their daily work. They are frequently sold in software suite, separate support tool placed in the same package and designed to work well together. Teachers choose them not only because they have the qualities that aid classroom instruction and help classroom time more productive, but also because they give students an experience with the 21st century tool that they are going to see again and again in their workplaces.
Why software tools? Depending on the capabilities of the tool and the needs of the situation, these programs can offer several benefits. 1. Improve quality. Getting organized, producing instructional materials, and accomplishing paper tasks all go much faster when software tools are used. When using a technology tool to do this task can free up valuable time that can be rechanneled toward working with students or designing learning activities. 2. Improve appearance. Software tools help teachers and students produce polished-looking materials that resemble the work of professional designers. The quality of classroom product is limited only by the talents and skills of the teachers and students using the tools. Students appreciate receiving attractive-looking materials and find it rewarding and challenging to produce handsome products of their own. 3. Improve accuracy. Software tools make it easier to keep precise, accurate records of events and student accomplishments. More accurate information can supply better instructional decisions about curriculum and student activities. And 4. More support for interaction and collaboration. Software tools have capabilities that promote interaction and collaboration among students, allowing input for several people at once. These qualities can encourage creative, cooperative group learning activities.
Since the early days of the microcomputers, word processing and spreadsheet presentation has served as the two of the basic component in the teacher's technology toolkit.
Database software, a program that allows information to be collected and organized to allow easy retrieval through keyword searching, used to be one of the basic programs but still used in education and elsewhere. It is not typically sold as part of the basic suite anymore. Instead, presentation programs have emerged in its place. The different overviews. Overview of productivity uses. These three software products are often referred to as basic productivity tools because they were among the first such tools to be designed to save money on clerical types of tasks and because they were the ones that software companies such as Microsoft most often include in their software suites. In schools, word processing is the most frequently used of the three for productivity purposes, since teachers and students use it across all subject areas whenever they need to do type work, such as a composition or report. Spreadsheet software also enhances teacher and student productivity by allowing more efficient work with numbers, and presentation software programs that allow display of information organized as a set of slides helps them communicate complex information more quickly. Overview of instructional uses. Word processing is used primarily to support English and foreign language exercises, such as learning vocabulary and punctuation. Spreadsheets are programs that allow storage of data by row column positions and are used most often for demonstration in mathematics, science, and business education areas. They also support instructional activities such as science experiment or social studies surveys. Presentation software is used across all content areas, but it has become especially popular in business and journalism to show students how to design graphics and other media that communicate concepts clearly, persuasively.
Although software had been in existence in so many years, they are being constantly updated with new features and capabilities. The following developments make these tools more useful in the classroom.
Web-based collaboration tools. There has been a surge of software tools that are now available via the internet, and many are free of charge. Google Docs, for instance, is a tool that provides users access to online programs for word processing, spreadsheets, and presentation. The site offers easy storage and sorting of documents, multiple users. Open source software is a computer software whose code is made available in the public domain and that permits users to use, change, and improve the software and to redistribute it in modified or unmodified form. It is also becoming more popular with open source alternatives to many of those most popular programs now available. Mobile tools. All of the basic software tools are now available on tablets and handheld devices. This portable format makes them easily accessible and flexible to use for both teachers and students. Since these basic software tools have been transferred to handheld format, the handhelds themselves have become even more popular and useful. Web-enabled features. All of the basic software tools now allow insertion of live web page links in documents, and most allow documents to be saved in a hypertext markup language or known as HTML or other web page formats. This makes it even easier to connect documents to web page resources that embellish or add to the document's content. For example, students may include links in a project report to some of the resources they consulted during research. Better file exchange compatibility. In the early days of software tools, programs were often incomparable. That is, files, products created in one program could not be opened in another program. Then we have the software suites and integrated package. Because it is usually cheaper to buy several tools as a package rather than separately, tool functions are increasingly used as parts of software suites or integrated package. However, there is a difference between integrated packages, which combine several functions such as word processing, spreadsheet, database, and graphic working under one program, and software suites are separate programs that companies place in the same package.
Word processing allows people to produce typed documents on a computer screen. Although the lines between word processing and desktop publishing have increasingly become blurred, still the programs differ in the way they produce documents. Word processing produces documents as a stream of text, whereas desktop publishing produces them as individual pages. Despite of this difference, most of the word processing still allows some of the desktop publishing capabilities such as inserting text and graphics at any location in a page.
The impact of word processing in education. Perhaps no other technology resource has had as great as an impact on education as word processing. It saves time. Word processing helps teachers use preparation time more efficiently by letting them modify materials instead of creating new ones. Writers can also make corrections to word processing documents more quickly than they could be on a typewriter or by hand. Enhanced document appearance. Materials created with word processing software look more polished and professional than hand written or typed materials. It is not surprising that students seem to like the improved appearance that word processing gives to their work. This is especially possible with the many templates that are part of the software suites today. Allow sharing of documents. Word processing allows materials to be shared easily among writers. And last, allows collaboration on documents. Especially since the release of products such as Google Docs, teachers and students can now create, edit, and share documents synchronously. Issues in using word processing. Educators seem to agree that although word processing is a valuable application, its use in education can be controversial. 1. Questions about what age students should start word processing. Word processing software designed for young children is available, and schools can introduce word processing to students and as young as 4 to 5 years old. Some educators feel that word processing will free students from the physical constraints of handwriting, allowing them to develop written expression skills. Others worry students unwilling to spend time developing handwriting abilities and other activities requiring fine motor skills. Necessity to teach keyboarding skills. Discussion is ongoing about whether students need to learn keyboarding, the 10-finger typing on the computer, either prior to or in conjunction with word processing activities. Some educators feel that students will never become really productive on the computer until they learn the 10-finger keyboarding. Others feel that the extensive time spent on keyboarding instruction and practice could be better spent on more important skills, and that the students will pick up trying skills on their own. Effects of word processing on handwriting. While no researchers have conducted formal studies of the impact of frequent word processing use on handwriting legibility, computer users commonly complain that their handwriting isn't what it used to be, ostensibly because of infrequent opportunities to use their handwriting skills. In addition, cursive writing, long a staple in elementary school curriculum, is on the wane due in small part to the influence of word processing and other technologies. Impact of word processing on assessment. Some organizations have students answer easy-type test questions with word processing rather than handwriting. Many school districts also allow students to word process the writing test. These practices introduced several issues. According to Roblier in 1997, reviewed research that found that students' word processed compositions tend to receive lower grades than handwritten ones. This surprising finding indicates that educational organizations that allow students to choose either handwriting or word processing must be careful to establish guidelines and special training to ensure that raters do not advertently discriminate against students who choose word processing. Problems with inadvertent errors. According to Link on 2009, warns that the autocorrection feature built into most word processors can replace typed words with ones that software selects and more correct, leading to typos that interfere with intended meaning. Teachers and administrators are still deciding how best to deal with these issues. Despite these obstacles, education's dependence on word processing continues to grow. Word processing in the classroom. Productivity and teaching strategies. Word processing has a very variety of benefits for both productivity and teaching practices. Productivity strategies. Word processing can help teachers prepare classroom materials they otherwise would have to type or write out by hand. These include handouts or instructional materials, lesson plan and notes, reports, forms, letters to students and parents, flyers, and newsletters. Word processing gives preparation time, especially if a teacher uses the same documents every year. For example, a teacher may send the same letter to parents each year simply by changing the dates and adding new information. teachers may want to keep electronic templates or model documents, they can easily update and reuse. Instructional integration strategies for word processing. Students can use word processing for almost any written work regardless of subject area that they would otherwise write by hand. Research shows that word processing alone can help students make corrections more efficiently. This can motivate them to write more and take more interest in improving their written work. Supporting the learning of writing processes. Students can use word processing to write, edit, and illustrate stories, to produce reports in some content areas, to keep notes and logs on classroom activities, and for any written assignments. Using word processing in the classroom and make it easier for students to get started writing as well to revise and improve their writing. Using a dynamic group product approach. Teachers can assign group poems or letters to various students, allowing students to add and change lines or produce elements of the whole document in a word processing program. Using word processing software, students find it easier to share, exchange, and add onto drafts as well as to work together on written projects at a distance. Assigning individual language, writing, and reading exercises. Special word processing exercises allow for meaningful hands-on practice in language use as an individual student work on screen combining sentences, adding or correcting punctuations, or writing sentences for spelling words. Word processing may also take possible a variety of reading or language-related activities, ranging from decoding to writing poetry and enjoying literature. Identifying and correcting errors becomes a more visual process. Encouraging writing through the curriculum. A trend in education is to encourage writing skills in courses and activities rather than those designed to teach English and language arts. This practice of writing through the curriculum is in keeping with the emphasis on integrated, interdisciplinary, and thematic formula.
Students new to word processing have adequate time to develop skills using software before the teacher can begin to grade their word processed products. Many online tutorials are available for teaching various software packages, but this may not be always accessible to students. Also, younger and less independent learners may not have the capability to self-instructional methods and may need teacher-led instruction.
For all of these reasons, teachers who would like to use the word processing in classroom lessons may have to introduce their students to word processing and show them the features and uses of the software.
That could be all. I hope that you have learned something. Again, this is Stephanie Viva. Let's you with the saying that dream to live and live your dream. Thank you.